What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit. I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, joined with the fabulous ChronoJJ on this one. Yes.
Yet again.
I mean, we're going to be doing this whole series together, so you're going to have to get used to his presence here.
For better or for worse.
Well, you be the decider, not me. I'm not going to do any of this. We've got a bit of a change up here, though. As in the left side of the map, in the blue color, we've got Lordi. Instead of with Hades, he's trying the Zeus out.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Gaboo on the other side of the map, sticking with his tried and true Loki. He's obviously a Loki main, and in a tournament, is there really any point in playing something that you're not comfortable with unless you're forced to do it? I don't know. No. And here we go.
Gaboo. Now, you have opinions on this. Gaboo's going forward to get Hunt already. Are you all right with that, or don't you like it?
Okay, there's two things to think about with this movement. One, is this going to delay a villager that you would like to be building? Which I believe it has. He's decided to get a dwarf right now, but maybe that's part of his build. And two, is the hunt that you're falling back on later in the game going to be safe or not? And with Hunt at the front of your base against Zeus and your middle Hunt you've walked forward to eat here, if you end up getting pushed off of this Hunt in the middle of the map, the units will chase your villages and your home Hunt will then get pushed off, is my contention. Whether you agree with that or not.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for the most part, yeah.
Now, if you do have a back caribou or something that's just like, well, I mean, technically you could probably put a house down or some walls down around this Hunt, try and make it a little bit safer. But yeah, I feel like if you're getting pushed off the Hunt here, you're going to be in for a difficult game. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Do you think it's worth it on this map as the Norse to try, or to get a second Ulsark to try to get all the herdables?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Even as Loki?
Especially as Loki. I think that's a great idea, JJ. Why aren't Loki players doing that? Because here's the thing. If you're so concerned about getting pushed off of Hunt, you have to remember that herdables with husbandry, while they do gather slower, you don't have to worry about defending your villages. So you can go and be aggressive with your Hursa raiding, while the Zeus player's slow hoplite Toxodia army is just sitting there being useless. It's a great idea. Definitely something they should consider.
Thank you. Now Gaboo's going to another pack of Hunt.
he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to steal your walrus in the middle of the map. Let me just go back. Sorry about that.
A true gentleman there.
Yeah.
That Jason, though, is just going to be able to punish that for so long.
And it also looks like Lordi was trying to do like a weird, I don't know what that is though. I can't put my finger on the exact timing, but some sort of weird early Jason, really fast advance time here. But he unfortunately kind of gets, he kind of messes it up in a big way, and he's shorted himself probably an entire villager for the advance time that he's gotten here. Maybe even two. Yeah. I don't exactly remember.
I think it was because he sent those 4 to the bottom Hunt, so he didn't quite have enough food. So a little bit slow. But here comes that Jason harass.
This harass does something, but I always get the feeling that it's just not as much as you think. As long as you turn around, you shank, and you micro it really well, you're fine. But it looks like Gaboo is giving up on it. He's just given up on it. That's
a little premature. How slow is Gaboo's age up compared to Lordi's?
He's only 30% behind, so 20 seconds behind. But yeah,
interesting.
It's pretty late. It's pretty late in all honesty.
They're so weak, some of those bills.
Oh, Gaboo's really not paying
this
attention.
one is running the wrong way. Okay, he'll be all right.
Well, I guess this is the point here that Gaboo is trying to make, is that he can play around the early Jason harass by pulling back to the main base. But I guess my argument is if you just advanced at a reasonable time, like 420, like every other Norse player, you'd have 3 Hursa around and be able to defend this.
Yeah. Get lots of damage on that because Jason already. You want to really save the Jason so that he does not get killed before resto. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit of a blunder there by Gaboo, but he will have the Odysseus coming in, and that healing spring is in a very, very precarious position here. As the Odysseus comes forward, we'll be able to start taking down the Hursa as well. Gaboo's in a really difficult position here. So long as Lordi can continue this pressure, he's got Hoplites Toxotes streaming through.
Lordi's losing some important units, though, for not a lot of value.
Yeah. Now, Odysseus is in a good spot. Watchtower's come down. The Odysseus can turn around and just fight this Hursa for days. The Hursa will have to kind of retreat back here.
Watchtowers.
Super early Watchtowers here from Gaboo. I mean, it's going to help him out a lot here, but he's about to run out of this hunt anyways. He could have just retreated.
Yeah.
And had that.
Boy, though, if you're Lordi, you really wish you didn't lose
imagine
Jason and a Minotaur.
Imagine you had a Minotaur here. That tower would be gone.
He might even lose Odysseus before resto.
Is it almost worth it to click restoration now? It's worth 200 wood. Yeah, 200 wood, 2 favor. Why not?
I mean, it's not only that too. It's also essentially a villager in production.
That's right. Oh, he can use the healing spring though. He could get that Odysseus healed back up. Just saying. But Gaboo's actually in complete disarray right now. He's now getting himself Hall of Thanes. He's got 4 Hursa out. He's got a decent amount of resources in the bank. He does have that kind of safe-ish back gold mine, so that's kind of fun.
Oh, he's going to lose Odysseus. Oop, oop. Oh, there he goes, man. Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's still getting value out of this, but
yeah, I think
there's a lot of units
lost. Part of me feels like the play right now for Lordi is to actually restoration push that tower to steal the healing spring away. As much as that might sound ridiculous, keeping that healing spring away from Gaboo here means that he will be able to beat this Hall of Fame's kind of pressure that's going to come onto him very easily.
Yeah.
But he's not going for it just yet.
He's going to be able to pick off maybe Hearst here? Yeah, that's some big picks. So he can get this other one.
Good from Gaboo.
Yeah, the healing spring really doesn't get the credit it deserves. The 3 hit points a second is pretty good. Yeah,
I mean, even it's not just like you say 3 hit points a second, but it's 3 hit points a second on infinite units. So if everyone's damaged in your army, it goes up to, and you say you have 20 units, that's like 60 HP a second. It's ridiculous.
And Hersey are expensive. I mean, you can almost a dead one and go all the way up to full health. Nice little pressure here from Gaboo, split pressure on the hunt a little bit, but he's got to watch out for his Hersier. Now they're dying.
Yeah, there's the two hoplites and a Jason. That's kind of all you need to do to defend against that Herso pressure. He can continue to keep pushing in onto this healing spring, preventing those Herso from getting HP back. Now the question is going to be, can Gaboo get to the Mythic Age here, or is Gaboo going to have to full send in the Classical Age to get a gold mine?
Yeah. Oh, what do you think of this movement by Lordi going around?
This is very dangerous. He's given the healing spring back. 2, he's opening up those Hersa to start raiding him. And 3, there's not really a place. But now he sees the gold mine gone. That's a big thing. He sees the gold mine gone. He should just retreat here. He does not need to kill that watchtower in the slightest. This is a bit of a rookie move.
He could have just sat on that healing spring there.
Yep. You see a watchtower, you think you have to kill it. And while he will actually have access to this wood line, the villagers can just move up to the top side of the map, no problems. But the one thing that Gaboo has done well here after all of the things that have gone wrong is he still has restoration. Which means he can make for a really big push in onto the town center to take that down. Or, if he needs to, take a huge fight and get a gold staff here.
Yeah, will Gaboo be able to... It looks like Gaboo, I think, is trying to get enough food to age up here. But I don't know where he's got, what, 2 goats and 1 half-dead one?
Yeah, he has to build gatherers as well now, right? Because he's only got 500... Well, he can't build... If he builds one more dwarf, he's short 1 gold.
Yes. Oh, Lordy's losing so many units.
Yeah, but the fighting here is good. Every little bit of fight, so long as he actually kills a unit, it's good.
Well, he has to wait to use Resto until his armies are together.
Yeah. It honestly looks like Gaboo's going to be able to get to the next age. You got to give goats more credit than you actually think. There's a lot of food that comes from a goat.
Yeah.
And he's got what, 4 farms here.
He's still got the berries too, doesn't he?
Yeah, the berries, they're dangerous, but they're there. And honestly, Gaboo's got 90 population. If he just runs around the map like crazy Loki player business, sticks in his base, just harasses gold mines, because that gold is about to expire on the home base for Lordi as well, it's going to make life really, really tough for Lordi.
Lordi's... See, I think Lordi's only chance here is to bum rush the town center with Resto.
Yeah, no, he's getting himself medium infantry, which might mean that that's what he's trying to to do. Because this is what I call a cheese. When Norse players go for these kind of weird, fast heroics or semi-fast heroics against the Zeus player, Zeus can just walk in and just win the game, but they don't know that that's what they need to do.
Right.
It's hard to know. You have to be watching that score as you see Gaboo's score right now as Bragi drops. It only drops from 1,550 down to 1,470. Savannah's running straight in here. Restoration goes down.
It's just such a low value Resto. I mean, Lordi's just not getting any value out of this pressure.
He gets a couple of villager kills, but he's losing so many resources from the towers, and still those hammer trolls in the back are going to be absolutely huge. Meanwhile, Gaboo's still looking for raids, but Lordi's defending that nicely at this point.
Yeah, he's kind of just lost too many units here and there, one at a time, and now he doesn't have the mass that he could have at this point, and flaming weapons is gonna mess him up.
Well, there's also the other thing is, this is maybe too crazy, but look at all the wood that Gaboo has. At the moment, he's going to get 70 gold per wood that he sells, and he's throwing a market straight down. So even if he was pushed off the gold at this point, there's still units coming. He's still got crazy big economy.
You would have loved to have had Resto for like that flaming weapons fight too.
100%, but we'll see if Gaboo even wants to click it here. Gaboo's actually really good at this, at just distracting the army around, just taking a handful of villager kills. It's fine, just distracting the unit, wasting a whole bunch of time, and he just sends this army all the way onto the other side. There's like 9 gatherers to jump onto the caribou. There's 12 dwarves to jump onto the large gold mine, and he knows the army's at the top side of the map, so no problems there. Picking up the market's a good idea, though, from Lordi.
Yeah. Is Gaboo's not aging up, is he? I can't tell.
Well, Gaboo's in the heroic age, but yeah, no
But
mythic
he's not
age.
going mythic. Okay.
Not
He
close.
lost all of it. He sold all of his resources. I didn't know if he put it into an age up here.
This is wild that he hasn't clicked flaming weapons here.
Yeah, what's he waiting for?
He's
lost half his army.
Oh. This is the classic Loki maneuver. And then Lordi retreats.
Yeah, Lordi's just got to fight that.
Yeah, you're just gonna lose the units anyways. You're not getting away.
Yeah. Yeah, just turn and fight that. I mean, there's so few units anyway. I mean, it would kind of be mutual destruction, but...
Yeah. It's kind of what you have to do, though. But
yeah.
Lordi is going up through Dionysus here now. Whether that's a good idea or not remains to be seen. I think the idea of having an underworld passage here is really, really helpful, because you can teleport your villagers from like one gold mine over to another gold mine, for example, or raid your opponent immediately. Dionysus, on the other hand, giving you bronze for another really big fight is a big deal. And at this moment, Gaboo not paying attention on his gold gatherers. There's a lot of
Those
villagers here.
Toxotes need to get the ox cart. They need to target the ox cart. There's only 2. Oh, what are these villagers doing for Lordi?
They're taking the caribou.
They're trying.
These caribou are mine. Thank you very much.
Oh man, he could have killed that ox cart. That would have been actually pretty considerable.
Well, now we start seeing the pacifist here. So Gaboo does, I mean, at this point, Gaboo's in a very commanding position, but he does have to be aware that if enough of these pacifists do come out, those Hursos stop being that useful. Throw an Axeman, not that useful either. Well, they kind of counter the pacifists kind of counter them. But really, the unit he needs now is cavalry. You can get them.
That Hydra tanks quite a bit of damage there. I don't know why Lordi backed away from that fight. That was a good fight for him.
Yeah, Hydra is a unit which surprisingly is an actual good counter to battle boss spam. If you can get out a couple of Hydras, a pacifist to take out the Hursa, and the Hydra are enough to deal with the battle ball. We'll see how this fight goes with bronze getting thrown down here. Heracles is here as well. This is actually looking really dangerous for Gaboo. He's going to be losing all of his myth units here.
Yeah, this Hydra with the 60% hack armor just tanks so much.
Now, is it 20 hack versus 20 hack? It's literally an equal unit, except like a little bit more HP for the Hydra. Plus, the Hydra obviously can get some extra heads. But
yeah,
looks like Gaboo
downside for Lordi.
Yeah.
Is that he's 15 villagers behind.
Yeah, it's not a. It's. You already consider that Norse economy is already at gathers at a higher rate than the Greek economy. Being behind in villagers as Greek in this matchup is really tough to play. It's really hard to play from that position as the Greek player. And it looks like Lordi taps out.
GG. Man.
This was a real big opportunity for Lordi to get a win here.
Yeah,
I think he played the early game. Well, I mean, when I say the early game, I mean with the Jason harass pushing him back up until he lost the Jason. That was a nice attempt, but he lost the Jason, he lost the Minotaur. He gave up on the healing spring control contest thing. Yeah. I don't know.
It's just losing too many units one at a time.
Yeah. People can go out there and say that Athena Rush is a kind of a brain dead strategy, and while the actual strategy of it is very, very simple, the execution and the decision making has many, many different layers. And I think Gaboo is one of the better Loki players at dealing with this because he's had to face it so much. And he's played around this really nicely. The one thing that I will say here, though, is that Gaboo makes it really hard for himself. What he did in this game was he rushed Watchtowers and he rushed Hall of Thanes. That is 500 resources he spent in tech, which equals probably not quite 10 units, but almost 10 units in terms of the lead that his opponent would potentially have in terms of units built. Maybe 5 units. 5-unit lead to get those technologies up. Which means he just can't control anything. If instead he spends that on actual units, he might not even have to worry about the towers. He could just push out with the units he has. Maybe. Anyways, GG. We'll move on to game number 3 in the nearer future.